actually been scanned by the local post office today
I don't see that.
in California.
I think you're wrong.
Do you have it with you?
No, hold on a second.
Okay. So I believe that eBay is going to update this case, like tomorrow, I think.
You think? Hey guys, Night Required Field here, and returns are going to be a fact of business, a fact of life. It's going to happen. You're going to get returns. I sell high-end electronics. I see people always afraid to sell electronics because they're afraid of getting returns. Let's put my phone on vibrate. I sell a lot of $100, $200, $300 plus items on eBay, and I actually don't get a lot of returns. Christmas just passed, Q4 just passed, it's early January, and I've had a handful of returns. But you can't let the returns hang. Like when the customer, if it's reasonable or whatever, I accept returns as fast as possible. But you can't let them sit there on the board with nothing happening to them. You have to actually, when you get a return on eBay, you have to be on top of it and watch what happens. You see White Kitty back there? I have a return right now for I think $150 item, and the person said that they just don't like it. And that's fine. As long as they don't send me back a brick, then I'll take it back, whatever. Like as long as I don't get 5 million of those, I'll take one of those a year. Like I get maybe every couple months I get something like that. And, I always check the serial numbers and all that. But anyways, this person wants to return this Fitbit watch, and they filed a week ago. And actually eBay lets return cases sit open for, I should have looked up the number of days that they do, but they let returns sit open for like 20 days, 45 days. But the fact is that they actually ask the buyer to return the item within 5 business days. So here's what I do. Kitten, what are you doing? Is this a cameo? So whenever I get a good-looking, reasonable return, I accept it on eBay as fast as possible. And actually, this is one of my first returns that has the new eBay rule of if the customer pays the return shipping back to you, then it's automatically accepted. And I actually just remembered that right now. This is actually my first return that eBay forced me to automatically accept because they said they're willing to pay the return shipping. So it was already automatically accepted. So once I saw that email come through, I instantly set my calendar for 5 days or 5 business days from that point. Or if someone has a not as described return or for some other reason like that, or they have to request from me to return an item and I have to choose to accept it, like, if they claim an item was broken or something's missing or it was damaged or something like that, I have to choose to accept that return. And as soon as I hit accept on that return, I go to my Google Calendar and immediately set a loud alarm for the minute that 5 business days passes. Now, one caveat to that is that I do that, but then actually, usually you have to actually call the next morning, which actually might happen right now. I'm going to call right now. eBay says the person has, or the buyer has, up to January 4th to return it, which is today. So I might actually have to call tomorrow morning, but I'm gonna try right now at least and record the call. And the reason why I do this and why I call eBay is because if the buyer doesn't return it within those 5 business days, then you can call eBay and ask them to close the case. And eBay will close the case in your favor. If the buyer leaves any kind of negative or neutral feedback, they will take it off. eBay actually sends you an email saying that if they leave any negative or neutral feedback for this transaction, I can call to have it removed, and the case is done. Now, I just do that because those are the rules. Like if I do that and then the person, this has happened to me before too, where I do that because I'm just following the rules and trying to protect myself best as possible. Like, why not do everything that you can to protect your business? I will, if the person all of a sudden messages me like, oh my God, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, I haven't been able to send it back, and and if I like the person, then I'll go ahead and say, yeah, send it back, and then I can refund them myself through PayPal. No matter what happens, they can't leave me a negative or neutral or do anything to my account like that. So let's give it a shot right now. In my eBay resolution center, I have a return request open there. And here's the item. I actually have another one that is in the mail right now. I need to go grab it. They said it didn't work. And it says return. It says actually returned already. Let me see if I can kind of show that again without showing names. Yeah, this one on top, returned delivered. You can see they requested December 27th, and it is now January 4th, 4:30 p.m. So I'm going to go back and click see details, and here it is. We asked the buyer to ship the item back by January 4th. Wait until you get the item back before issuing a refund. If the buyer doesn't send the item back by January 4th, we may close this return. But if you do nothing and don't call and just leave this hanging, then the return case is just going to be open for, I don't know what it is. It's like a long time. It's like 20 days or 45 days or something like that. And they just said they didn't like it, and they're taking their sweet time to return it to me so I can get it back in my inventory. They probably opened it too. I'm kind of hoping they actually didn't even open it. And they give you these options here too. But yeah, especially if they didn't even open it and maybe they just did their research and they learned that this is not what they want. This is one of those cases where I will close the case the minute that I can. But, you know, if they messaged me and said that they, you know, they're sending it back now, sorry, blah, blah, blah. If they apologize, then, you know, and they send it back to me, you know, pretty quick, then I'll go ahead and accept the return. But I'm just doing this now, and you should too, because you're allowed to. So here we are back at Contact Us, and I want them to call me. I think this means they know my phone number, but let me just put it in there. You should put your phone number in there anyways. Click. Oh.
eBay. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
This is Google Voice. Hello. Hello.
Hello, this is the callback that was requested from eBay. When valued customer is on the line, press 1 to speak to a teammate. If you need time to get valued customer on the line, press 2. To cancel this callback, press 9. Your response was invalid.
No.
Please try again. Please wait while your call is transferred. Just so you know, we may record
I'm valued
this
customer.
call.
Hi, thanks for calling eBay. My name is Alvin. So how may I help you today?
So I have an open return here, and I want to, and they haven't sent the item back, and so I want to get the return closed.
All right. What item are we talking about here?
It's the watch, Fitbit Blaze Smart Fitness Watch.
For $149.95.
Yeah.
Okay. Your buyer's user ID is Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can see here that the item was the tracking number or the shipping label that was on the return request was actually been scanned by the local post office today
I don't see that.
in California.
No, I think you're wrong.
Okay. What tracking number do you have on your end?
Well, they've uploaded no tracking number. There's no tracking number at all.
Okay, but in my end, I can see here the tracking number uploaded by your buyer. It's the one ending in 0526. Do you have it with you?
No, hold on a second.
Okay.
So I mean, they requested a return, so they're supposed to ship it back, but they did not upload a tracking number to the return case.
Yeah, but the shipping label was just scanned today, so I believe that eBay is going to update this case like tomorrow, I think.
You think?
If you want, I can give you the tracking number right now so that you can check it yourself.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and do that.
Okay. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. That would be 93.
Where did you get this number?
Come again?
Where did you get this number?
On the case, on the return request.
I don't see that. Hold on a second. Let me look that up myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking, and I don't see that for this for this case.
The buyer used the return shipping label on the return request.
I did not send them a return label myself.
I think they bought the label from eBay, so that's the reason why they were able to provide a tracking number by the time that the tracking number or the shipping label was scanned at the local post office. They paid for it.
Well, this is pretty odd too because
Shipping label.
this is pretty odd too because it says they're in Lomita. Let me see where it was delivered to. Oh, they're in Pasadena, California. Well, this didn't really turn out the way I was planning. All right, is there any way that you can update the return where I can see that? Or actually, I guess don't do that. Just don't mess with it. And if I receive the return, they sure did wait till the last minute though.
Okay. By the time that you receive the item, don't issue a refund right away. Okay? Check the condition of the item.
Yeah, you better believe I'm doing a video of myself opening that return.
Okay. All right. So
Well,
we're gonna be updating this case by the time that this will be extracted. Okay? So you don't need to worry. We're gonna be the ones who will take care of this case for you.
All right, cool. I guess. All right, thanks for your help.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling eBay. Bye for now.
All right, bye. Well, that didn't work out the way I was planning. So it looks like they waited till the absolute last freaking minute. That's rather nice of that buyer. Yeah, they had till today to do it, and I'm looking at the tracking. Let me. They waited till the last hour that they could possibly do to return my $150 item. That's probably torn open and torn apart. Here's the tracking that eBay gave me that's not on the return case. They waited, I'm sure the post office closes at 5 p.m. They waited till 4:07 p.m. to get it back to me on Thursday. Thanks. Well, these come up every once in a while, but I'll probably do a video in the future of it actually working and eBay closing the case. Actually, to put a little point on this video, let me just go ahead and dig up a past email where it actually worked, so you can at least see what those look like. So here's one actually from several weeks ago. It was an item that the guy bought for Christmas, and he wanted to return it because he didn't like it again, and it was just like a random $70 item, but he took his sweet time returning it, and I was able to actually do this and have it work. And so when you do that and you call and the buyer doesn't wait to the last minute to return it and add the tracking number to the case, then this is the email that you get when it actually works. I did all the same stuff that you saw before, calling and all of that, and asked the eBay to close the case. And the fact is that they probably would have made me wait to call tomorrow morning to do what I just did. But yeah, here we go. This is one from a couple weeks ago, and they send you this email within minutes, if not seconds, after you call. And the subject of it is case number blah 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 closed. This case is now closed. Hi, going. This is the business name that I have on my account. We reviewed this case and I've closed it without any refund to the buyer. Any feedback left for this transaction will be removed. The buyer did not return the item to you within the required time frame. So there you go. If all that works and the guy doesn't wait to the last minute to do it, then that's what it ends up looking like, and you are protected. And you can still decide afterwards that you want to take the return if you want to, provide good customer service. So there you go. If you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe. Hit the like button on this video so that other people can see it and find the video. It really helps me out. It bumps the video up a little bit. Hit like right now so that other sellers can find this information. It'll help them out when they have a return on eBay. Click the link below for my free guide. I share some of my favorite stuff to buy and sell and where I get it from. So click the link below for that. Just sign up for that and I email it to you. And that's it. Maybe it'll work next time. Get hyped!